All right, the story that outraged me, and I saw a social media tweet. Auckland City Council had a heated meeting yesterday and debated whether or not it supported the Treaty Principles Bill. I note that Porirua City Council has passed some motion opposing the Treaty Principles Bill. And I just make this observation. The Treaty Principles Bill is before the New Zealand Parliament. The New Zealand Parliament is made up of MPs either voted into electorates or on a party list, and it is the national parliament. They're the big boys in politics, right? Councillors run councils assigned to districts or localities, and they take care, or they should take care, of getting the rubbish off the road, making sure at a local level things run well. The Treaty Principles Bill has got zero, zip, nada, nothing to do with what they do. But for some reason yesterday, this heated meeting took place, and for an insight into what went down, we are joined now by a friend of the platform, Auckland Councillor Maurice Williamson. Maurice, good morning.
Good morning.
What a productive day you had yesterday as a Democratic representative of the City of Auckland, Maurice.
Oh, incredibly productive. We changed the world to this yesterday. Sean, I can't help but agree with you on this. We really got a role in life, and that is as a council to get on and do the things that councils should be doing. And you're right, footpaths, water, waste, a whole range of things that are our role and function. If individual councillors would like to make a submission to a select committee, go to it. Perfectly democratic country, go and do it. But I saw on the agenda a proposal that we would be getting our officials to go away and do some work and draw up the proposal that we would make to the select committee. However, when
the motion was that actually you took taxpayer or ratepayers' resources, yes, and the council would take a political position at select committee stage.
Well, the first one was going to be reasonably neutral. The original paper we got in our documents before we went was that we would ask officials to draw up a submission to the select committee on the issues of what had affected us by and so on. Now, it's quite neutral. I still don't think we should be doing it. I'm still opposed to us being involved. Individual councillors go to it, but not the Auckland Council. However, when we got to the committee meeting, there was a big change in the wording, and the chairman of the committee, Richard Hills, had used a chairman's prerogative to change one of the sentences that to get officials to draw up a proposal to go to the committee that the council opposed the bill, not just a submission on it. Now, that really caused problems because that was taking a position. And in the end, quite a heated debate, and then a vote occurred. Now, this is really interesting. The council laws, just the council laws voted to not do that. So he lost it 10-8. But then two independent Māori statutory board people who are not elected and not accountable to the voters, they get a vote as well, and the vote ended up 10-all. So now, because the council laws will had been over to, you've got a draw, and the chairman has the chairman's casting vote, and of course, because he liked the idea of sending something opposing it, he cast his vote in that direction.
My God.
And so it wasn't even council laws in majority.
Who came up with the idea? Who put this on the order paper?
The chairman of those committees determines the order. I've chaired council committees.
So it was this guy, Richard Hills?
Richard Hills made the decision to put that paper onto the planning and policy.
Were any council staff or resources used in doing background work on that?
Well, of course. I mean, they have to draw up, the paper has to be drawn up, and it's all typed up, and it's got a whole lot of clauses and background, so someone's been working to put the paper together.
But and tell us about this Richard Hills guy. Where does he stand on the political spectrum, Maurice?
Well, Richard Hills is I would consider a very left-wing councillor. He is very strongly in favour of quite a few of the things for which I, being more a centre-right person, am opposed to. He's a big fan of environmental and saving the planet, and that global warming is going to kill us. So he pushes for things like, let's get rid of cars as much as we can and get everybody into recycling industry.
This is how I was aware of it. I saw a tweet from him, or an X from him, or whatever you now call it.
Right.
And I just thought, you virtue signalling twat.
Well, that's his position, and I'm okay with him holding that position. I totally disagree with him. I really vehemently disagree with him. But I still come back to that basic principle. What the hell are we doing involved in this stuff? We're a council, and we're elected to pick up your rubbish, put your footpaths in place, make sure you've got sewerage and fresh water being supplied to your house and so on. You know, the idea of, and in fact, I've asked this question actually of the chief executive formally. Why are we involved in treaty debates? Because I'm told all the time when Maori come, and that the treaty is an agreement between the Crown and Maori.
Yeah.
Okay? Well, we're not the Crown. We're nothing to do with the Crown. So why are we... It's like us getting involved in a debate between the rugby union and Sky TV. It's nothing to do with us. And so why is council involved? It's the Crown, who I presume is not just a thing with a whole lot of diamonds sitting under a case somewhere in London, but it's the representative of the king or the government of the day, I guess is how you put it. And the treaty is between them. And so the debate should be held in Parliament. Members of Parliament should be involved in the decision-making finally about where it goes. But listen, there are so many things that need fixing in the world of local government out there in terms of the rate hikes that people are experiencing and the lack of service and the poor quality. And I would have thought all of our energy should be put into debating how we improve the level of service we're providing to people and at reduced costs and trying to take costs out of waste. And so why don't we start having some views about the war in Ukraine?
Now, I want to just clarify, is this a vote of the full council that decided this?
No, well, it sort of is. It's the full council has a thing called the governing body, and that is all councillors and the mayor. However, there are three, I think it is now, what we call COWs, which is Committee of the Whole. And so that is all 20 councillors plus the mayor. And this is one of the cows that is all councillors sit on this committee.
Okay, did Wayne Brown vote on this?
Wayne Brown was not present yesterday. He and two others were absent for perfectly legitimate reasons doing
did
other
he
things.
give his vote by proxy, or could he give his vote
You can't do that.
I wonder if Wayne would have backed it, because that might have changed the result.
Well, one vote would have changed the result. Yes,
okay, and I don't imagine this is the sort of nonsense that Wayne Brown would vote for, but I'll have to ask him next time I talk to him.
You'll have to check with him what he... I don't want to speak on his behalf.
All right.
But as I said, it was 10 councillors to 8 voting not to do it, and then the two IMSB, the Independent Maori Statutory Board...
Non-elected Maori representatives, I think we can just call them, can't we, Maurice?